Just as I thought the Enforcers had ended it for Spider-Man, he makes a dramatic comeback. And today we're recapping issue 5 of the Friendly Neighborhood Spider-Man comic book run. This issue wraps up the official prequel to the Disney Plus show. Let's not waste any more time, let's go. This issue kicks off with Peter in a dire situation. Plummeting from a high-rise, web shooters busted, consciousness fading, and the Enforcer's brutal assault fresh in his mind. As the ground rushes up, Peter's thoughts drift to the faces of Nico Minoru, Aunt May, and Uncle Ben. Their voices echo in his mind, urging him to not give up. Uncle Ben's timeless wisdom resonates deeply, reminding Peter that he's someone who always stands up for what's right, no matter the odds. Summoning the last of his strength, Spider-Man desperately tries to grab onto a flag. It rips under his weight, but the brief resistance allows him to cling to the building's wall, halting his fall. Meanwhile, Silvio Manfredi, aka Silvermane, instructs Fancy Dan and Marco to confirm Spider-Man's demise. They find him barely conscious, hanging by his fingertips. Fancy Dan aims to finish the job, but Peter's spidey sense kicks in just in time. He dodges the bullets, disarms Fancy Dan, and braces for the next assault. Despite his injuries, Spider-Man's determination doesn't waver. When Marco hurls a metal bin, Peter takes the hit, but remains standing. As Fancy Dan lunges, Peter catches his fist, signaling a turning point in this fight. He uses Fancy Dan as a shield against Marco's punch, knocking Fancy Dan out cold. Facing Marco, Peter declares that while they fight for money, he fights for something greater, the neighborhood. He effortlessly blocks Marco's punch, revealing strength that surprises his adversaries. Marco, now fearful, pleads for mercy. Peter doesn't relent. He tells Marco to remember this feeling, the fear and helplessness, because it's what Silvio and the Enforcers inflicted upon the people of Queens. With that, Spider-Man delivers a decisive blow. Back at Silvio's office, the crime boss is trying to manage the fallout. His lawyer has suppressed media coverage of the evidence Peter and Nico exposed. Suddenly, Fancy Dan and Marco crash through the window, courtesy of Spider-Man. Silvio, desperate, offers money, territory, anything to appease Peter. But Spider-Man wants only one thing: for Silvio to instruct his lawyer to drop all legal threats and let the media report the truth. Silvio hesitates, fearing ruin, but Spider-Man's unwavering gaze compels him to comply. As a parting shot, Peter quips that Silvio will have the best hair in prison. Later, Nico watches the news, confirming Silvio's criminal activities are now public knowledge. Peter enters, sporting fresh bruises. He invents a story about obtaining the evidence from Silvio's brother-in-law's home, keeping his Spider-Man identity secret. Nico buys it, and they celebrate their victory, pondering whether Silvio's downfall will aid in saving Midtown High. Peter finally returns home to Aunt May. To explain his injuries, he pretends to trip and fall, prompting May to fuss over him. They settle in to watch TV together, offering Peter a very rare moment of peace, knowing the neighborhood is safer. Back at school, Peter reunites with an old friend, Pearl, someone who Peter used to live next to when he was younger. They let her know that they're temporarily attending Rockford T. Bales High School until Midtown High is rebuilt. Peter and Nico's reputations precede them. Peter's short time with the football team and Nico's stand against bullies have made them notable figures. As they head to class, Nico teases Peter about his potential crush on Pearl. Their conversation is interrupted by a staff member with news. Stark Industries has donated funds to rebuild Midtown High. However, the school wants Peter and Nico to consider staying at Rockford. Peter contemplates the offer, feeling like he's found his footing. Nico continues to tease him about Pearl, insisting he is only considering staying at the school because of her. But Peter insists his decision is about doing good. He doesn't know what challenges lie ahead as he juggles his life as a high school student and as Spider-Man. But for the benefit of his loved ones and the neighborhood, he's ready to face them all. If you're still craving more Spider-Man content, make sure to check out my Spider-Man playlist or check out my channel where I upload every single week. But for the meantime, peace, peace, peace.